It was just another quiet evening in suburban Florida. Emma, a retired school teacher, was sipping her chamomile tea while her beloved parrot, Kiwi, chirped happily in the background. Kiwi wasn't just a pet, he was family. For over 10 years, the intelligent African grey had been Emma's closest companion, mimicking her laughter, remembering her routines, and even sensing her moods. Suddenly, a knock at the door broke the calm. Emma wasn't expecting anyone. As she opened the door, a masked man pushed his way inside. Emma screamed, but the intruder quickly silenced her and tied her up. Kiwi, startled, flew frantically around the room, squawking in distress. But as the kidnapper dragged Emma toward the garage, Kiwi's frantic flight stopped. He perched silently in the corner, watching, calculating. He had seen this before, on TV, in real life, in fragments he'd memorized, and now he was planning. This wasn't just a bird. This was the beginning of a rescue mission. The intruder stormed out of the house with little Emma in his arms, kicking the front door shut behind him. Kiwi, the family's vibrant green parrot, fluttered to the top of the curtain rod, his chest heaving, eyes wide with something that looked like fear, but also fury. Outside, the man threw Emma into the back of a beat-up van, slamming the door shut with a metallic thud. She screamed for her mom, for anyone, but no one was around. No one except Kiwi. Inside silence. Then a shrill voice cut through the air like a knife. "Help! Bad man! Emma, help!" Kiwi wasn't just mimicking, he was pleading. He flew in frantic circles, then zipped out through a narrow window, left slightly open. The moment his wings hit the outside air, he aimed straight for the neighbor's house. Mrs. Patterson, watering her plants on the second-floor balcony, froze mid-motion. She turned just as Kiwi landed on a railing, puffed up, wild-eyed, screeching, "Help, Emma! Bad man! Bad man!" She blinked. What in heavens? The parrot flapped its wings furiously. "Emma taken! Bad van! Bad man!" Then she saw it, a white van speeding off down the quiet suburban road. No license plate, no time. Mrs. Patterson grabbed her phone and called 911, her voice shaking. "It's my neighbor. She's been taken. A man just took her in a van, and her parrot saw it all. It's screaming for help." Back in the van, Emma sobbed, tied loosely with a blanket. The man glanced in the mirror, confident. He had no idea that a feathered witness had just put the entire neighborhood and the police on high alert. And Kiwi? He wasn't done yet. Sirens shattered the stillness of the neighborhood just minutes later. 2 police cruisers peeled around the corner, tires screeching, as Mrs. Patterson pointed down the road, her hands trembling. "He went that way. A white van, no plates. And the parrot. He told me. I swear, the bird told me." The officers didn't question it. "Not today." Dispatch crackled through the radio. "Child abduction confirmed. Suspect seen heading east in a white van. All units respond." Meanwhile, in the van, Emma sat huddled in the corner, eyes red, whispering her mom's name over and over. The man didn't speak. He just drove. Knuckles tight on the steering wheel, eyes flicking to the rearview mirror. He had a plan, a remote cabin. No one would find him. No one ever had, but what he didn't know was that a parrot had just triggered one of the fastest response efforts in the county's history. Kiwi, still flying erratically over the rooftops, had locked onto the white van's direction. He wasn't just smart, he was obsessed with Emma. She had raised him, fed him since he was a chick. She was his world. And now he was following the vehicle. Not too close, not too far, just enough to keep sight. He weaved through trees, power lines and rooftops with almost surgical precision, tracking the blur of white below. Back at HQ, detectives looked at security camera footage Mrs. Patterson's doorbell had captured. A glimpse of the man's face, the white van, a child being carried, but the most surreal moment, Kiwi in the frame, screaming, pointing. Jesus! One of the officers muttered, "That bird isn't just talking. He's giving us the damn play-by-play." They issued a statewide bolo, "Be on the lookout." Roadblocks were deployed, helicopters lifted off, and Kiwi, he wasn't letting that van out of his sight. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the town pulsed with urgency. Kiwi soared through the twilight, his eyes locked on the van weaving through the back roads. He was tired, his wings ached, But he wouldn't give up, not while Emma was still out. There, back at the police station, Officer Reynolds leaned over a map spread across the hood of a patrol car. "We've got doorbell footage from 6 blocks away. The van's heading toward the outskirts." Suddenly, Kiwi swooped down from the sky and landed on the windshield of the patrol car, squawking wildly and tapping his beak in the direction of a narrow road. The officers froze. Is he trying to tell us something?" Reynolds whispered. The parrot squawked louder and took off again, hovering above the road as if to guide them. "Follow him," shouted one officer, jumping into the car. The chase was on. Kiwi led them through winding streets past old gas stations and fields until, just ahead, they spotted the white van stalled at a gate, the kidnapper fumbling with a lock. Sirens blared, lights flashed. The van doors flung open and a terrified Emma peeked out. "Emma!" cried Reynolds as the officers surged forward and tackled the kidnapper to the ground. Kiwi landed gently on Emma's shoulder, nuzzling her cheek. She clutched him tightly, tears streaming down her face. "You found me," she whispered, voice cracking.